Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, it is I am the one and only Joy here, and I am from the likes of the Mexi Toys videos once again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of WarioWare Smooth Moves for the Nintendo Wii. So, last time we've actually did somehow accomplish not one, not two, but 3 stages, which there are Jimmy T, alongside with Ashley, and of course Dribble and Spitz. And I completely forgot to notice something about the fact that ever since yesterday, that I did not realize there was actually a second description for the sake of the forms of Jimmy T, saying, "Oh yeah, it's me, Jimmy T. Did you get down with those crazy cats? Let's do that again sometime for real soon." So yeah, that's as far as I can think about this. So either way, now, and also in addition to that, despite we actually currently missing another micro game, but this time what appears to be on Dribble and Spitz stage, but I'm sure we'll do this off screen, so hopefully I can able to actually come across into that. So today, for this video, it's about the fact that we're going to be taking on another newcomer into the WarioWare universe, and that's what appears to be Penny. So, hey there, I'm Penny Kroigor. You probably know my grandpa because he's a famous inventor. I want to be just like him, so I spend most of my time in the lab at school. Alright, interesting. So either way, let's get to it with Penny. The event of Diamond Academy. It's Kroigor versus Kroigor. And tempting competition sequence. Watch out, Grandpa! And let the boxing match begin with this. Oh man, this music rocks. And not only that, we're burning some germs, which kind of reminds me of ants, except, well, we're not burning ants, obviously.
The finger food. Holding the back end delicately between 2 fingers. Point the form baton forward. The regal French fry remains one of nature's greatest muses.
Okay, so we're literally holding the Wii remote as a chip, so pretty cool, honestly. So in some cases we get ourselves the introduction into the finger food. So get it because, you know, act out as like, you know, a French fry to hold, but either way, not only does it stop there, because there's also another form we've come across.
The mortar and pestle. Hold the form baton vertically in your right hand and cup it gently in the palm of your left. To crush is also to create, and from squashing comes spice.
And as it turns out to be, the mortar and pestle. So either way, pretty cool combination as far as this is concerned. Well, it might be pretty tricky to explain. And also I just love the fact that with the life system in the Penny stage, obviously shows us some wrenches and what have you. Because, you know, she's the inventor. So, but eventually in the future installments though, she will become a pop star or something like that for the experimental something. But either way, time to hit like a whack-a-mole or something. But not only does it end off here, because we got another form.
The boxer. Turn the form baton sideways and hold it firmly from above in your right hand. Let the spirit of the noble sucker punch guide you to victory.
Alright, so now we've stumbled across into the boxer, which obviously all you have to do is basically you have to hold the Wii remote like with one hand and all that stuff, and think of like you're able to do, you know, a lot of like rotating with all that wheels and stuff like that. Well, except the fact that, well, you're using the Wii remote to do, you know, all sorts of motions here and there. So, and I suppose I forgot to mention about this during the evolves at the beginning portion of this video, is that out of all the actual main characters for WarioWare series as of now, I think to me that Penny is actually without a doubt is my favorite character in the entire franchise, especially concerning about the fact that not only because she's adorable looking, but also about the fact that I just really love the sense of like, I don't know, the main look of her. Well, I don't know about you, because relatively speaking though, every time when, I don't know about you, but I think Kermit the Frog, or perhaps even maybe, just maybe, that Waluigi ever sees Penny in action, I don't know about you, but he seemed to have a crush on her. Well, personally speaking though, he might also have a crush on Rosalina a bit more. Well, I don't know about you, because either way though, I've not seen Waluigi for some time. So either way, now it's time for boss stage in Penny stage, and because of that, we need to use the boxer, and something tells me we do need to defend ourselves. So in some cases we need to block the actual sword attacks, and once you're done with that quite a few times, you're also able to finish him off with a devastating blow. So just push, slice, and well, that was it. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty easy as well, especially because concerning that was actually pretty short as well. And that was it for Penny stage. Behold, my masterpiece. I'm beat. Are you ready for it? But of course, we still need to go back into her stage again, so just in case that we will come across into those missing microgames, and yes! Both 9V and 18V are back in action, baby, with more Nintendo references here and there, but we'll save that until for later. So either way, let's head back into Penny for the second run through, and let's see what happens here. So either way though, before we dive right in on the other hand, let's read the second description for her. Penny here again. I sent the pocket bike that I built to Mr. Wario. Do you think he'll like it? Well, I should hope so, Penny, because I will have to admit it though right away. I've already said this earlier, it's about the fact that, well, Penny is without doubt is the best newcomer in the game in my opinion. Especially because, well, I'm still usually more accustomed to her cute look from the likes of the forms of how it does it in both, not only in WarioWare Gold, but also with the forms of WarioWare Get It Together as well. Well, relatively speaking, spoiler alert for those who have not played Get It Together so far. But either way though, that might be saying something. So either way, reset and check. I honestly have no idea what I was expecting to do, because, well, relatively speaking, so far I've wasted 2 lives so far, since during the forms of, well, I have no idea what I was going to be thinking about anyway, so, because, again, as far as you probably already know, is about the fact that it's been about quite a few hours ago, since we've actually last played this, since during the likes have been yesterday, so even then, no, just been busy and stuff like that, so, relatively speaking, as far as I'm aware, oh yeah, and then also I would like to point things out, just about the fact that we recently got started with a brand new Let's Play, ever since during the forms of on Monday, that's what appears to be by the forms of Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, and relatively speaking, we have a fun time with it so far, so either way though, hopefully we will be back for that eventually, if we're able to continue doing that Let's Play, so either way, and relatively speaking though about the fact that, because usually that, it seems kind of weird, that we always attempt able to play the majority of the Kirby games during in spring so far, mainly because about the fact that when I was playing something related to Kirby and stuff like that it almost reminds me like springtime, alongside with the forms of like, oh I don't know, with the forms of other spring related games here and there as well, like let's just say Klonoa or something. Well, mind you, I haven't exactly played Klonoa for quite some time, because relatively speaking, I've already recently finished up with the Switch version of the actual compilation game, and hopefully I'll be back onto the PS4 version and the Xbox One version eventually, assuming of course if I was able to take a break on my Nintendo Switch for some time, so either way. But that wasn't until you know, quite a few weeks left now, until The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is going to be approaching. So either way, alright, so here we go on to the boss stage again. So either way though, that might be pretty much unreasonable about it. So either way, oh yeah, and I believe something tells me about the fact that with this boss microgame, as far as you can see on screen, I think this boss microgame is actually called Produce Standoff, because obviously we'll have to have a one-on-one confrontation with that particular swordsman right here, and basically that's how it does. So either way though, well, I've already explained about this earlier, since Journey forms have been the first run-through, so either way, let's see what pose we might as well come across into next. So, personal hygiene. You know, get it? Because you know, you have to use the deodorant in order able to make it smell fresh and professional and all that stuff. Or like professional hygienist or anything else like that. So anyways, let's burn these little things itself off until everything else gets like deserted or anything else like that. So anyways, let's talk about the forms of another topic I would like to point out, is that, well, relatively speaking, there was actually not one, but two DreamWorks related news is about to be on its way. Like, I noticed for one thing is about the fact that, well, relatively speaking, there was actually an article saying that the previously announced Megamind TV series will premiere until 2024. So that'll be on Peacock or anything else like that. So that'll be interesting to say the least. Despite the fact that I still have not seen Megamind yet, but I've heard it's actually pretty underrated, at least from some capacity. Well, at least I might as well give it a go at some point. Well, at least assuming if I was trying to find it on Netflix or something like that. Because, you know, I'm still a little bit more worried about the fact that certain films will be delisted during the forms of on Netflix, which that was actually a pretty backwards move. Or generally speaking, though, that was actually a pretty dumb move for the sake of the forms of trying to, like, you know, remove certain stuff on Netflix, you know? And of course, you probably already know it's just about the fact that eventually, with that particular sharpened pencil type of microgame, as you already come across into, I believe Penny might able to actually get that microgame again during the forms of in WarioWare Gold, except the fact that you have to use the entire 3DS in order able to move around with that stuff. So either way, and also something's worth noting for is about the fact that we've actually got ourselves a new trailer that it did recently came up during the forms of about a couple of weeks ago. That's what appears to be the third Trolls movie, and not only for a new trailer, but also we actually got ourselves a brand new name for it. Like, no longer calling it Trolls 3, so instead it's actually going to be built around on, once again, a rock band syndrome, just like the forms of how it does in World Tour, except the noticeable difference is this time, despite the fact that I wasn't really into Trolls that much though, at least for my agreement right there, but either way though, I'll explain more about it as soon as we're able to take on the strawberry variation of this particular swordsman. So either way, and I believe on the level 3 version of this particular boss microgame, I believe he's actually in blue with all this, like, I don't know, eggplant or anything else like that, even though it's pretty tricky to explain because I'm obviously focusing on this, because if I misjudge my concentration, then I'll be pretty much blame myself. But at the very least, I got myself my extra life back, so that's something. Alright, so let's see what pose we're going to be performing this time. Tadpole? At least I did somehow execute it well enough. And now we're on to level 3 variation of certain microgames, so either way. And I think at this point, when it comes to utilizing more forms alike, I don't think we can able to come across into the next one until anytime soon. So either way, that's relatively speaking, because as soon as we move on to the best stage ever, when it comes to not only for this game, but for the entire WarioWare series in my opinion, that I don't think we can able to stumble across into brand new forms we can come across into. So either way, everything else will be pretty much all checked in here, so... Oh geez, now we need to twist the wheel mode into any other sides, because now there are certain germs that it just comes onto any walls and stuff like that. So, now I believe with that particular microgame does return during the forms of WarioWare Gold. Except the fact that the biggest difference is from that game is that you have to use the touch controls instead. So either way, I can totally see why that's been like, you know, it's pretty tricky to explain because it's been quite a few days, or relatively speaking, quite a few years ago since oh jeez, this hurts my ears. Anyway, enough about that. So either way, because as I said before, it's been, you know, quite a few years ago since I actually last played WarioWare Gold after playing through too much of Get It Together on the Switch. So either way though, that might be saying something, so at the very least, this run is actually getting pretty decent at best. So either way, let's see what this is going to be. I'll pick up some more rubbish. Oh no! I got distracted by that random object that shows right in front of my face. Oh well, at least I did try it. So either way, 40 points, it was okay enough, but oh wait a minute, I think something tells me I'm actually missing something again, so oh god, do I even... Yep, I missed another micro game. Oh my god, so that's 3 so far. Oh jeez. Anyway, enough about that. So I suppose we have now moved on to the best stage in the game. That's of course by the forms of, yeah, I'm also able to do these off screen, so just to keep this in mind. So either way, time for 9 volts. So yeah, let's see how this is going to be represented. Sup, 9 volts here. I'm Nintendo's #1 fan. I've got a ton of old games. Stop by and give them a whirl. Even though not only do you got old retro stuff, but also I've got all these retro stuff as well. The multiplayer test. 9 volts house. Whoa, is that a DS Lite? Nope, it's a Game & Watch. Let me see, let me see. Wait, I'm not done yet. Hey! Get out of my house! Interstate 310, Toy Express. Well, it looks like we go into the game store somehow, and hopefully we might as well get the chance that we will get ourselves the replacement of the Game & Watch. So, much like always, we will come across into some of those familiar micro games based off from the actual Nintendo games. Like, for instance, one of them is actually based off from Animal Crossing Wild World for the DS, and also we stumbled across into Pikmin 2, just because of one of those bosses that you do need able to crush every Pikmin out. And something tells me Super Mario Bros., which obviously the movie already came out for about roughly 4 days ago, so either way, I wonder what waiter's gonna be like. Oh, Nintendogs! That's very adorable and cute, especially concerning about the fact that it's a shame that the series no longer continues after the events of the 3DS installments, but either way though, that might be saying something, I guess. Alright, let's see if we can able to... time it early! Jeez. Oh, by the way, I love the fact that those kids are act out as lives, because obviously that if you lose one of your lives, one of the kids will be, kicked out of the store, which I've honestly have no idea why I'm saying things for this point, but either way, let's see what this is. Oh, The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker! That was actually a really great game, especially concerning now we've actually got two versions so far in terms of The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. And yeah, that micro game is based off from the Nintendo Wii itself, you know, just trying to maneuver your Wii remote in any direction. And something tells me, oh, this is Punch-Out because of Little Mac was actually involved. And on top of that, about the fact that Mario is going to be technically doing a countdown. And something tells me this is based off Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, kind of think about it. and we can insert the Super Nintendo cartridge. Now, I believe if you ever played the Japanese version of that particular micro game, well, I'll explain more details about that once we get to the second run through, and this is obviously brain training, and something tells me that, oh yes, Super Mario Sunshine with motion controls, although I accept the fact that there's no nunchuck support, so I could've wished if that was being in existence, but oh well, no big deal. But at the very least we already got the 3D All-Stars version, but hey, at least it's something, so anyway, so let's see what the boss stage is going to be in this particular installment of, you know, 9-Fault Stage. And oh look, we're playing Star Fox, but with Wii Remote motion controls. I mean, sure enough, it's obviously based off from Star Wing, because obviously with the visuals and all that, but it seems pretty cool stuff, especially considering that in order able to shoot things, is that you have to press either A or B buttons, and that's all you have to do. And something tells me we will come across into the main threat, which is Rob the Robot with the NES Zapper? Huh, interesting. But of course we can simply just take him down by, you know, just destroying one of his targets. And that's literally it. Pretty awesome stage still, at least to me. I am so sorry. You'll always be my player too. And that pretty much does it. But of course, much like always, we need to go back into that stage again, so just to see that we'll see some awesome Nintendo references here and there still. So either way though, and I believe something tells me, we actually stumbled across into another variation of Jimmy, but of course we'll get to him later. So either way, 9-Volt and 18-Volt here. Did you know that multiplayer is the ultimate expression of friendship? It's true. Well, specifically if you ever play, you know, Mario Kart, Mario Party, Mario sports games, and you probably name the rest of it, especially concerning about the fact that, you know, certain stuff is actually doing super well recently, especially on Nintendo Switch stuff, you know. So either way, yeah, let's just go ahead and get on to the forms of the second run through in terms of 9-Volt Stage, which obviously we've already experienced, you know, some of these micro games already. And either way, we're going back to the Super Mario Bros. Micro game again, just to able to collect, you know, 2 coins here and there. Even though, mind you, about the fact the matter is, though, that, well, I obviously have no words to think about it. So either way, oh, looks like we stumbled across into play cards. It could be something more related to, like, I don't know, poker cards or something? Well, I haven't exactly played that much of poker cards recently, so either way. And we're going back to the baseball micro game again, and let's see if I can succeed. Yes, I did. Oh yeah, fun fact, with this micro game, as you see on screen, that will make its return in joining forms of WarioWare Gold, but instead of able to actually act out as the actual regular micro game, so instead it actually become the actual boss micro game in, I would say, on 5-Volt stage. So at least as far as I'm concerning with that stuff. So either way, and of course we already come across into The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker again, and we need to beat their opponent with hockey, but of course we did somehow defend ourselves with the goal, so pretty swell. And something tells me we might be able to sort things out, like the Game & Watch Treasure, or to be more specifically, the game called Octopus Game & Watch. So either way though, yeah, that's what we can able to. Oh jeez, I almost gonna mess it up at one point, but at the very least I did somehow manage to get my fast reaction timing right there. So anywho, so I suppose I should probably also mention about this as well, that, relatively speaking, Zelda Ocarina of Time, when you're trying to able to pull out the Master Sword and then just travel to 7 years later or something. So either way, pretty cool stuff, I must say. So either way, and let's see what's up next. Oh, Umbrella. Is it going to be, oh, Punch-Out again. Which, obviously, we already know about this kind of stuff, though, and relatively speaking, though, about the fact that, well, I suppose I should also mention about this as well, is that, well, do you even know about the fact that, in addition about the fact that, oh, wow, I did somehow kick that enemy's butt, no problem. So, either way, we'll just go ahead and take care of the forms of the actual Star Fox game itself, but with Wii Remote controls. And I think this is the only boss micro game that somehow goes in, like, a faster speed or something. Well, I don't know about you, because even then, though, that might be the only time they'll just set it onto, like, you know, the medium-fast speed mode, as opposed to Forms of Power does it on a very steady, slow speed or anything else like that, unlike the past few, stages and stuff like that. So, let's see what pose we're going to be seeing, and it's the Lollipop Man. Almost first of all, it's going to be the Lollipop Lady or anything else like that, but apparently it doesn't, so... Oh yeah, something tells me about the fact that you notice with that particular outro, cutscene in, oh, the Game Boy! That was actually really cool. Anyway, so let's see, the Boxer. I wonder what the Boxer is going to be. Oh, this is Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3. Because obviously with that particular familiar hat that Wario's been wearing throughout that particular game, and something tells me that particular Pikmin just jumps over for that particular, you know, with that particular boss fight. So, well, mind you, it's been a very long while since I actually have last played Pikmin 2, but relatively speaking, we've only just got about almost roughly 3 months to go until Pikmin 4 on the Switch is going to be on its way. So either way, and, oh, we're playing a previous installment of WarioWare, but with motion controls with the Wii Remote, which appears to be WarioWare Twisted. Okay, that's actually a pretty cool transition between, you know, darn it, I think I got the wrong angle with my Wii Remote adjustment, so, whoops. Alright, there we go, I succeed. And something tells me, unlike in WarioWare Gold, that you have to hit like 3 baseballs, so in order able to actually complete that particular boss micro game. So, and relatively speaking, as I said before, it usually belongs to 5 vaults for the Button Mash League, or Mash League rather. And something tells me we'll go to Punch Out again, but this time we need to able to add, you know, 4 more numbers here and there. But yeah, that's as far as I can say about this stage. It's that, you know, it's so cool to able to see those buttons here of Nintendo references once again. So yeah, with the forms of, oh, I just realized we insert Super Metroid cartridge onto the Super Nintendo. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So yeah, I believe if you ever played a Japanese version of the game, that basically does... Oh, really? Okay, whatever. Oh, the elephant. I wonder if this is going to be all about. Oh, Clue Land. Yeah, with that particular infamous game that was actually on NES Remakes or something like that, where it comes to certain challenges and what have you. Yeah, I did have a lot of frustration on that back in the day. But either way, let's go ahead and do level 2 of Star Wing or Star Fox for the actual boss micro game. And this time it's going to take place in outer space. Or to be more specifically, it's almost like Sector Z or something? Well, mind you, I haven't exactly played that much of Star Fox for quite some time. Especially, it's a bit of a shame that the series never continued after the events of the disappointment of Star Fox Zero for the Wii U, just because of all that criticism with all that motion controls, and on top of that, a lot of rehash ideas ever since in Star Fox 64. But either way, this time we now need to take on 2 weak spots, so in some cases die, and something tells me about the fact that, oh wow, we did this no problem. So anyway, oh yeah, something tells me with that particular outro cutscene of 9 Volt Stage, that particular face does look familiar to you if he does manage to hold up the actual brand new Game & Watch system, and basically that face is almost inspired by Shiwadi Wada, which I think is actually pretty cool looking back, especially concerning about the fact that it's a bit of a shame that he died ever since in Journey Forms have been. Is it in 2015 or something like that? I'm pretty sure that must have been, so either way. Alright, so we got the remote control, so let's see what this is. Oh, we're playing Duck Hunt? Although, except the fact that we're using the actual projector to activate the ducks on screen, so either way. Oh gosh, Nintendo's miserable failure, Virtual Boy. Gee, no wonder why that's there. Hey. Oh well, no big deal, but at least we're going back to playing Animal Crossing Wild World, because obviously with that visuals alike, and on top of that, as you can tell, that basically that particular animal villager character is actually in female, because depending on what gender you're in, basically you get yourselves a different villager, so that's the only example of why that, oh, something tells me I might miss. Yep, I missed. Boy, that was actually pretty tricky. Alright, so finger food again. Oh, dang it! I messed it up. Alright, so we have to go to... Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, it was too late. Hi, at least I did try it. I was hoping I can get up to 40 points or more, but oh well, no big deal. So either way, 37 is pretty fine for me. So either way, before we get into the next Jimmy stage, rather, I need to make sure if I got every micro games. Yes, I did. Because, I think something tells me that Sonic did actually told me, during that particular time, that, well, I'll explain more details about that once we get into the next stage itself. So speaking of such, here we have Jimmy P. Okay. Yo, Jimmy P in the house. I remixed all the moves you've learned so far. Get ready to get down. What's that? I remind you of someone. I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, seems to me for this point, because you certainly look like Jimmy T, except you do wear a different outfit. Canine Crazed. Club Spice. So yeah, that scene looks very familiar to you because it's literally exactly the same stage as in Jimmy T, although there are some slight differences here and there, like for instance, different forms you need to learn, and on top of that, instead of having cats, so instead it's now being replaced by dogs. Speaking of dogs, we need to give them a high five, as you can tell. So either way though, and on top of that with a different building, in this case Club Sugar, and finally, most notably, is about the fact I believe that particular theme music in the background sounds a bit more updated-ish about it. So either way, so of course about the fact that I think much like the forms of how it does it on Jimmy T, we'll essentially get out to play the stage once, because relatively speaking though, there's not much else to say about this stage honestly. Although relatively speaking though, what we're gonna be able to say that this will be the last stage we'll be due for this video, because otherwise, until specifically next weekend, roughly speaking, that we might able to actually finish up the entire story mode, relatively speaking. So either way though, but I will admit though, those dogs are super adorable, much like the cats. So either way, so yeah, you probably get the idea. You still come across into the exactly same micro games based off from the likes of not only from the likes of the forms of Ashley, but also Dribble and Spitz, and also Penny, and finally Ninth Vault. So relatively speaking though, it's about the fact that you come across into those familiar micro games ever since in the past stages. So, but either way though, that except the fact that you forced to play the level 2 variations of those micro games for sure. And now we can able to hear the proper background music for certain Dribble and Spitz micro games here and there. So either way, that's what I can say about this honestly. So either way. Oh no, I did not mean to jump over those blocks. So yeah, that's what happens right there if you lose one of your either cats or dogs essentially in one of those Jimmy stages, as far as this is concerned, that one of those dogs or cats did somehow fell for the floor or fell for the hole, whatever that is. So either way.
Sorry, wrong number.
Oh, my bad. Alright, time to do a hula hoop action. Because that certainly is worth for my exercise department. And something tells me the boss stage is going to be based off from Penny's boss fight, because instead of like, well, we've already seen this already, except the fact that it takes place in Jimmy P's stage. So, obviously we need to take on this particular sword fighter that represents Strawberry once again. So, either way, let's go ahead and just keep on defending ourselves and slice him in half, and that's it. And I think, relatively speaking, that pretty much does it for Jimmy P's stage. So, again, it's pretty short though, and as I said before, this will be the only time we'll play this stage. Well, at the very least, the ending is a bit different though, because relatively speaking, Jimmy T just come across into Jimmy P saying to him about the fact that, are you a faker or something? Well, it might not likely possible, but either way though, before we end things off, let me just hear the actual second description for Jimmy P. Oh yeah, I am Jimmy P. Did you dig my stage? You old dog. Let's do that again sometime, you and me. Well, I'll do that at some point, but not now anyway. So either way, join me next time for more of Let's Play of WarioWare Smooth Moves. Instead, we're about to investigate what this new stage will come across into. Something a silhouette base. So I'll see you guys in next weekend. Later, fellas.